Hello everyone, today we are doing a skin focus tutorial situation, just showing and sharing my tips and tricks to get like a really flawless, long-lasting, smooth, amazing base. You guys know lately, even though today I've got quite intense eye makeup on, I'm way more about the base lately. I used to be all about like eye makeup. Now I just love beautiful skin. Whether I'm doing something that's a bit lower coverage and more natural or something a bit more flawless and glam like today, I'm all about skin focus. So today I've done a very flawless, long-lasting routine. I'm going to share it all with you, featuring the one, the only, sorry, mine's well loved, so it's getting a bit dirty, the Tear Red Cushion, or Tear Mask Fit Red Cushion. I did a first impression using this. You guys know I love it. And since that video, I've used it a whole bunch. Like, it's just so good. Tear reached out to me and asked to work with me on this video today because they wanted me to share some information about a really cool sale they're having. So if you guys have been wanting to try this, now is your chance because there are some really great savings over on Amazon. This is now Amazon's #1 selling foundation for good reason. I'm about to show you how I apply it and everything. And I'm also going to swatch all of the shades for you because for a K-beauty brand, they have a very good shade range. I say for a K-beauty brand because a lot of the time I feel like K-beauty brands really don't have a good diverse color range, whereas Tear has made an effort to really expand on that, and I feel like they're setting such a great example in the K-beauty space, so that's really exciting. Hopefully the swatches help. More about the sale though. Amazon's Prime Day is coming. There are going to be 2 days of epic sales over on Amazon. Let me read this for you so I don't screw this up. It starts at 12 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, July 16th, and ends at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday, July 17th. So it's 48 hours of amazing deals. There's going to be an Amazon Prime Tear promotion, so you can save so much money on this. They have up to 40% off. You can also pick up the mini red cushion foundation, so it's a smaller version than this, which is going to be really good, especially if you just want to try it out before purchasing like the full size. The mini is going to be available in 30 shades at only $12 US each, which is just an absolute steal. Jump on it if you just want to try it out, or if you just want to pick up one for your handbag or whatever. I mean, this is very portable as is, but a mini is going to be great just to take, you know, in a clutch if you're like heading out or something and you've only got like a little bit of space. Like, how cute. I'll have all the links down below for you guys. So yeah, if you guys haven't tried this foundation yet, you are missing out. It is viral all over the internet. You've probably heard about it a million times. If you're still on the fence about it, and like I said, you've been waiting for my updated opinion, I guess, like since the first impression, it's the same. Like what I said in that first impression still stands. It is so long wearing, so beautiful, so flawless. Every time I wear this, I have a good skin day and it just makes me feel really confident and pretty. So definitely recommend it. And thank you to Tear for working with me on this video. It's really exciting when, you know, a brand sees my own organic video that I just made out of the blue and they loved it and wanted to work with me. Like, it's so nice. Let's hop into the swatches. Of course, you can look up more swatches online as well, but hopefully this will be a little bit helpful too. People from all around the world now love K-beauty products because hello, they're amazing. I've loved K-beauty products almost the entire time I have like had this YouTube channel. If you know, you know. It is really exciting to see a bigger shade range. I'll pop them on my skin just so you can see how they all look, and also so we can just figure out what shade I'm going to be today. The shade I used in my first impression of this product, which I will link below, is Sand 23N. I'll swatch it in a moment, but you can see I've been loving it. And I also picked up the shade 21N Ivory for myself recently just because I wanted a shade I could wear with like less fake tan on. I haven't tried it yet. Look how cool this package is that Tear sent me. You can barely see, but look at all of these foundations. They're all sitting so beautifully, so let's swatch them. Now, if you order this yourself, obviously it comes nicely packaged, and then it has this little seal on the inside, so you know that it's brand new. You just rip it like this, and they all come with a applicator as well. This shade is 13C Fair, 13N Fair Ivory, 17N Vanilla, 15C Fair Porcelain, 21N Ivory. This is the one I picked for myself with no fake tan on, and I feel like it'll be really good. 17W French Vanilla. I'd say the previous shade we swatched is a little bit more peachy. This one's a little bit more yellow. 17C Porcelain. The main difference here is the undertones, and they are just getting slightly darker. 21W Natural Ivory. This one looks a lot more like olive. 21C Cool Ivory, a bit more peachy. And then the shade I used in my first impression video, this is 23N Sand. Here it is on my chin. And it is a pretty good color for me with like some fake tan on. 24N Latte. I don't know if this is every shade, by the way, because there's like you know, some numbers missing, or maybe they're still expanding their shade range, I don't know. 27 in Camel, 24W Soft Beige, 33 in Macchiato, 29M Natural Beige. That coverage is just so pretty. 25 in Mocha, 35 in Walnut, 33C Hazel, 40 in Cinnamon, and lastly 43 in Deep Cocoa. So those are all of the shades I've been sent today. I think there's obviously still room for more shades. I think they're doing a great job at expanding their ranges. Like, I've not seen a K-beauty brand do this. Right, I'm gonna go wash my face. The first step to good makeup is making sure your skin is cleansed. And I don't really care like what cleanser you want to use. It's totally up to you, whatever works well with your skin type. Just make sure you cleanse your skin before your makeup. You want to remove any debris, dead skin cells, any oil off your face so that you've got a complete clean blank canvas. So I'll go do that now. Right, I'm back. My skin is clean. I personally use like the Dermalogica little pre-cleanse cleanser and a take off mitt from XO Beauty just to like really cleanse my skin. The take off mitt helps to just gently exfoliate my skin so that it is completely soft, smooth, and ready to go. My skin is a little bit pink and irritated at the moment because I think I went overboard on my retinol. It's a mistake we all make sometimes, right? Before my foundation goes on, I like to make sure my skin feels nice and moisturized. Sometimes I will go in with moisturizer, sometimes I will go in with primer, and sometimes, this is a new thing we've discovered, we go in with a milky toner. This is so cool. I actually got a sample of this when I purchased my other Tear foundation. So I've actually been using this little baby one. I'll show you how the big one comes. They actually sent me the big one, so I'm really excited because now I'm not going to run out anytime soon. So it's called the Tear Milk Skin Toner Light. This one, they also have a regular version, but I've been trying out the light one. This packaging is so nice. This is like a glass canister. It looks stunning. Obviously, this is the first time I'm seeing the full size, but that feels really nice. So this is soothing and moisturizing, which obviously my skin needs right now because like I said, I think I overdid it a little bit with my skincare. So my skin's just a little bit irritated. It's not sore or anything like that. I think if your skin is in pain, probably don't put makeup on, but it feels fine. It just looks a little bit blotchy. Something like this is also great before your foundation to hydrate your skin, brighten your skin, and just create a nice smooth base for the foundation to go on top of. This foundation I find personally just like so moisturizing and really lovely. I really feel like you don't even need to use primer with this or anything like that, but you can if you want to. This is just a really nice option because if you're like me, you don't like the feeling of a lot of thick stuff on your skin. Lately, I just love anything weightless. Like if it's weightless, I'm like, oh, the best. Let me show you how it works. I'm actually just gonna pop this on half of my skin so you can kind of see the difference between the two, because by all means, this is not like an essential step, okay? Because this just works incredibly on its own and I wanna show you how it works on its own. This is just gonna give you those added skincare benefits and really like prep the skin so beautifully, but yeah, I'll just show you. So the way I have been using this is I just put it straight on my fingers. You can also use a little cotton pad if you want, but I just take a small amount like this and I just smooth it over, and it makes your skin feel so hydrated and just like plump, smooth. This has like niacinamide in it to brighten your skin. It's got hyaluronic acid to hydrate your skin. It's supposed to calm your skin, de-irritate it, and also even out your skin tone, lighten dark spots, and minimize your pores. Like it's just like a really great skincare product. Even if you're not wearing makeup, just a good skincare product. You can see it's just added a little bit more glow to my skin, a little bit more hydration, and it's just really nice under makeup. Any foundation, not just the Tear, anything, just it's nice. I've been really enjoying it. I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand so you can see the difference in both of my hands, because my hands are dry right now, okay? Like I feel like you'll be able to see the difference better. So on this hand, I have the Milk Skin Toner in light, and then on this hand, I have nothing. The appearance is so much nicer, and it just feels better too. The star of the show, the Tear Mask Fit Red Cushion. The shade I'm using is 23 in Sand. You may have seen me using this in my first impression video, but since then I have used this so many more times. I really love it. Everything still stands. I highly recommend it. It is definitely one of my favorite cushion foundations I've used in ages. All time, to be fair. It is just so beautiful. It feels really light on the skin. The coverage is amazing, and the long wear is insane. Like it lasts so well on my face. I'm just pushing the cushion into, you know, the foundation to pick some up. I love this with so many different methods. I love using the applicator it comes with, especially on a pinch. If I'm like on the go or whatever, you can just use this. I love using it with my own sponge, you know, like just a regular sponge. Also, a brush is amazing. It provides such a full coverage with a brush. It's beautiful. I'm just gonna first apply it on the side of my face that does not have any primer or anything like that on. If your skin is like very dry, of course, make sure you're moisturizing or something as well. Like this is obviously with no skincare prior. I just want to show you how beautifully it still applies with like nothing, because it is just that good. And I really can get away with just using this if I want to, because it goes on so smooth and just, did you see how it just covered up all of that redness? Look at that. It's just incredible. And it literally, I'm not like, there is no filter on my video. There never is filters on my videos. I do not use filters. I don't do any tricks. Like this is that smooth. Personally, I, will always try just to pop on a little bit of primer or a little bit of the Milk Skin Toner, because it does add extra skincare benefits, extra hydration, extra glow, which if you know me, if you've been around here for a while, that's like my favorite thing to do. I love anything that just makes my skin bright, glowy, whatever. Like those are my buzzwords. So I've dipped in one more time. I know it looks really weird on the sponge, like it looks like it would not apply evenly, but look at it. Look at this. Like, sorry? Every time I use this, I'm like amazed all over again. Like it's just beautiful. My skin type is confusing these days. Ever since having a baby, I feel like it's normal to combo, I guess is the technical way to talk about it. Sometimes my T-zone can get oilier throughout the day. I get like dry areas on my chin, and then some days, like on a good day, it's just very normal. So it's kind of like normal to combo. The weather here where I live is quite cold at the moment, so my skin can feel a little bit dry sometimes, but this leaves my skin feeling really balanced. It's a really nice texture, and it's one of the reasons I like it so much, is just because when it's on, like right now, the coverage this provides would indicate that it would feel heavy. Traditionally, like if I had this much coverage on, it would feel heavy, but it feels so lightweight. The difference between both sides is very minimal. It's more about how it feels. Like it still feels great on both sides, but a little bit of extra skincare for me is just always a good thing. But I know lots of you guys aren't into primer, which is totally fair enough. Lots of people don't like to wear primer or just think it's like a bit of a scam, because so many foundations look fine without primer. You don't need primer with this. It performs beautifully. I'm tapping into the foundation for a third time. 2 taps into it does my whole face, but I am just adding a little bit more down my neck. So this looks like, very small, like you wouldn't get a lot of product, but you don't actually need a lot. Like look how full coverage this is as well. You could apply less if you wanted to. Cushion foundations are great as well, because like I said, you can toss this whole thing into your bag. You've got your applicator in here, your product in here. If you want to touch up, if you wear glasses and you just want to like add a little bit more, or if you're going out for drinks after work or something, like it's just so handy. And it has this enormous mirror on the inside. You can see that the foundation as well, it did a really good job of covering my under eyes, but I will just add a little bit more concealer. I might just use a little bit of Shape Tape today, even though I don't necessarily need a lot of coverage. I don't know, I've just been liking this again lately. And I have worn this foundation both set and unset, and it honestly performs great both ways. So I'll show you in a second like how I've kind of been setting my foundation recently, just in my day-to-day life. I love taking like a small kind of fluffy powder brush with the Easy Bake and Snatch by Huda Beauty. So this is like an under eye brightening powder. So I start by just setting under my eyes. And if I was going to use cream bronzer and cream blush and stuff, I would do that before the step. But I think I'm just going to use some powders today. And then I just take a little bit more and I just kind of set like around my nose. And it keeps the finish looking nice and bright, which I really like. If you want it to be more matte, obviously you just use a more mattifying foundation, but this one's like very glowy and I just love glowy skin. And I'll just kind of like add a little bit more as I go as well. Like once I finish with the rest of my makeup, I might just like add a little bit more powder if I need it just so that I'm using less, because I used to just pack on powder all over my face, but this is like how I've been doing it lately. I might have to shut my blind because the lighting's getting very intense right now. Baby. By the way, how cute are my nails? I'm obsessed with my nails. They're so like holiday-ish. I want to go to Fiji or Raro or something with these. Before I continue with the rest of my makeup, I like to do this thing with setting spray a lot of the time. If you watch my videos, you know, I kind of like sandwich it. So once I've got my powder and my foundation on, before I go on with like my brows and stuff like that, I'll use a bit of setting spray and then I'll do the rest of my makeup and then use more setting spray once I'm completely finished. And the main reason I like to wear setting spray is literally because it helps to settle like powders into my skin and it just makes it all look so blended and beautiful. Obviously, it also makes your makeup last a longer amount of time, but this is so long wear. It's not even as if it like needs it, but obviously like it's a bonus. This is the Tear Tear Mask Fit Makeup Fixer. It's long lasting, blurring, and it's also got like a dewy moist finish. So this is a water-based makeup fixer and it's going to absorb into your skin like nothing else. Literally it like touches your skin and it just like dissipates. Is that the right word? The mist is so fine, which you guys know, in a setting mist, that is essential. I don't want any globs. I don't want any, you know, I don't want my skin like getting drenched, like water droplets dripping down my face, because I like to use a lot. It's very even. It feels very even when it touches your skin. Sweat proof, smudge proof, transfer proof, just all the things you want. So I'm always on the hunt for new setting spray. I love setting sprays and this one feels beautiful on the skin and the finish is beautiful. Look at that. It just helps to really make your skin look super radiant. This is all about our skin, so I'm just going to quickly whip on my brows off camera. Brows are on. Okay, and what I also do, once I like fluff my brows up with gel and everything, I just went around the edges with like a concealer brush and the foundation and just like tidied it up so that they look nice and polished. I think it honestly makes such a big difference. So literally, I just like dip it into the cushion like you would with a concealer, because you don't even need a concealer because the coverage is so good, and then you just kind of like pat it around the edges and sharpen it up. Now weird, but I've been into contouring a little bit more recently and I just use like old contours that I've had in my collection forever because I haven't bought a new contour powder in like years. So like I've been using this one from this little Tarte palette. Sometimes I use Charlotte Tilbury, sometimes I use liquids. More often than not I use liquids, but I just felt like using powder today. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush because I'm not doing anything too intense. Like I'm just doing a little shaping, nothing crazy. So I just kind of go like, imagine where your cheekbone is. You guys know how to contour, but I like to just go a little bit higher. So just like almost on my cheekbone, almost, and just kind of applying a small amount of that just on top. See? I like to build it up slowly because there's nothing worse than when you go in with way too much and then it's really hard to like go backwards, you know? So just slowly building it up. I use kind of like biggish circular motions because once again, I'm not trying to do like hard out carving. This is like an everyday kind of look. So I don't want to look like I've got a big contour stripe on my cheek. I literally just want it to look super, super natural. Look at that glow to my skin. Like this is like glass skin, guys. This is... I will scream from the rooftops about how much I love this foundation. I can see why it's so like viral. I reckon they're going to be like the #1 most sold foundation in the whole world soon, not just on Amazon, honestly. Do the same on the other side. I'm not worrying about doing my forehead yet either because I'm going to use a different bronzer. I'll show you like my preference for bronzer in a second. Oh, I might just put a little bit of this just on the tip of my nose. Like I just kind of smack it on just to help give it the nose a bit more dimension because the foundation's such a good coverage that it kind of makes it look really flat. So it's just good to add in a little bit more color again. For bronzer, personally, I absolutely love something with a little bit of like shimmer shine. When you're blending them into your skin, they don't necessarily look super sparkly. I mean, unless you're getting one that's like extra sparkly. But I just find something with like a bit of like a shine just looks more natural on the skin and gives your skin more dimension and it just looks beautiful. It's just personal preference though. If you prefer matte, go ahead and do matte. Sometimes I'll do matte, but more often than not, you guys know I love a shine. My favorite was like the Too Faced Love Heart one, which has been discontinued forever now. I've got some newer favorites. Well, this one's actually an ancient favorite as well, the Hourglass. This one is very natural in terms of like it's still got that like shine to it, but it does not look shimmery on the skin. So if you like something very subtle when it comes to the shimmer, very natural, you'll like that one. Radiant Bronze Light. A newer favorite, this is the Radiant Skin Finish in Medium Golden by MAC. This one's got a bit more of a hectic gold shimmer through it, but when you actually blend it on, it does not look hectic. And then this one is probably like the closest to my Too Faced one that I've found. It's more of like a, yeah, frosty kind of finish, made by Mitchell Caramel Kiss bronzer. I'll use this one today because I'm obsessed with it. It's very pigmented. So I'm just gonna use the same brush, just tap it a couple of times. I like to go kind of above the contour, really blending it in to make sure there's no like patchiness. Nice big circular motions. And clearly my skin does not need more glow, but it's just the way I am. I love glow. So I basically will not stop at nothing. And look how pretty it is. Oh, I'm obsessed. And this one's a very caramelly color, which is my favorite, but he's got a million different shades. So I'm sure you could find one that you like if this is a little bit too warm for you. I just think it's so beautiful. And as you can see, all the powders on top of the foundation just glide on beautifully, even though I haven't set it with heaps and heaps of powder, you know. Sometimes I find when I'm not setting a foundation with a lot of powder, the bronzers go patchy and everything looks really hectic on top and it's hard to blend. Not this one. It sets itself nicely and everything else just goes on like butter. A little bit down the center of my nose because the kind of glow to the bronzer will just help to like naturally highlight the middle of my nose. Literally obsessed. Bit of blush. I've been loving this one, Penny and Daisy. I'm going to use that little brush I used to apply some powder, and I'm just dipping into both colors. This one's very pigmented, so I tap it off and slowly build it up. And I like to keep this kind of where I put the bronzer, but just on my cheeks. I like kind of layer it together. And then I bring it up like almost under my eye on the outer edge, because I'll show you what we do next. These all just look so smooth. And this is like another reason like I haven't been obsessed with highlighters as much as I used to be back in the day lately, because when you're doing all of these steps, like you don't really need extra highlighter. Of course you can add more if you want, and sometimes I do, but just for every day, I think it looks beautiful like this. You can go back in with a bit of your bronzer on the bronzer brush, whatever's left, give it a quick blend together. I like to make sure like all of the cheek products are really blended personally. And then a little bonus step, going back in with my under eye powder, but this time using an ultra soft powder puff. A little powder puff under the eye, making sure not to pick up too much because it is intense when you apply it like this, but just a little. And I'm going to really brighten right under the eye. And I like to kind of take a small little like bit and kind of like blend the top of the blush with the under eyes, kind of where you would like highlight, and just kind of merge it all together so it's like a little bit of an ombre. Really pressing the powder into the inner corner too, because that's where I personally am like the darkest. Literally flawless. You can go down the side of the nose a little bit to make your nose look skinnier. Back in with the blush, give it one more blend. Just going back and forth with the brushes really, just to like kind of wedge it all together. Look how smooth. It is like a filter in real life. It is so beautiful, and best believe I'm going to be making all my friends buy this too, by the way. So we are looking absolutely flawless. We're going to top off the skin with a bit more setting spray now that all of the powders are on, just to make sure it's all melted in and it all becomes one. We get that staying power, which this is going to stay all day anyway. You know, I can be particular about setting sprays and the way they feel on my skin, and this one is so good. And I like to do quite a few sprays because I'm extra. You do not have to use as much as me. I can't, like, it's like an impulse. Like I physically cannot spray setting spray on my face just like twice. I have to do it, like sometimes I would do it triple that amount, but I'm trying to hold back. I'm gonna go and do my eye makeup off camera. I'll come back and show you the completed look. Actually, they have lip oils as well, so maybe we'll pop one of them on. They have multiple colors of these lip oils, but this one caught my eye because, you know, I love a red lip oil. They actually sent me like a bunch of new stuff to try. I'm so excited, like skincare and all sorts, like heaps of other stuff I haven't used yet, so stay tuned. I'll try them out and let you know how they go. This is the Tear My Glow Rosy Lip Oil. Feels amazing. I love lip oils, especially like this with just lip liner, lip oil. It's comfortable, it's nourishing, moisturizing. The lip pencil I used was Amber by XO Beauty. I just think it looked really nice with like the blush and everything we've got on today. I've done like hectic eye makeup. I don't know, I wasn't expecting to do such hectic eye makeup, but it's cute. One last time for good measure, because I'm a setting spray addict. This one is truly, it's so good. It's so good. Thought I'd lost the lid already. It's only a matter of time. I lose every lid. So that is a flawless skin routine technique, tips and tricks, blah. Some of the ways I like to prep my skin and apply my foundation and everything to get it looking 10 out of 10. And I feel like with the Tear Red Cushion, it's just like a guaranteed good skin day whenever I use it. I just love it. It makes me feel confident. It makes me feel pretty. Like, I just think my skin looks 10 out of 10 with this. It's so good. Like, the results speak for themselves. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any other tips you like to do to reach a flawless complexion. What are your secrets? Let me know, because I'm always trying new makeup techniques. You guys know me. Have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.